Today's video lesson will be on the creation of Object 4 in Plate 5.32. First thing that you have to do is you have to notice how long the object is and then how deep it is. So I can see it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 halves by 1, 2, 3 halves. So 7 halves is 3.5 inches and 3 halves is 1.5. So I'm going to delete this person. I'm going to take the rectangle tool and I'm going to describe a rectangle that's 3.5, comma 1.5. I'm going to zoom in on this, and I'm going to check the overall height of the base pad there. The base pad's a 1/2 inch, 2/4, and so I'm going to pull that up 1/2 inch. Alright, well, the tower part of this here, it's 1, 2, 3 halves, so that's 1.5 inches, and it's a 1/2 inch deep. So getting back to SketchUp, I'm going to take my guideline tool, tape measure tool, and I'm going to drag this forward 1/2 inch, and then from the left edge over 1.5 inches. Okay, so that's the location where the tower is going to go. That's the footprint of the tower. So I can see there it's a 1/2 inch thick to this point right there. So rectangle tool, going to drag that up 1.5 inches, or excuse me, 1/2 inch. And now I'm going to flip back to my drawing. Now see this ledge right here, it's a 1/2 inch wide and a 1/2 inch deep. So what I need to do is go ahead and create a line right at that point. So I'm going to take my guideline tool, the tape measure tool, and I'm just going to drag this over this way 1/2 inch. I think I'm going to clean up these other guidelines here so I don't get confused. Alright, I'm going to divide the face here at this point, and I'm going to flip back to my drawing, and I can see the total height of the tower here is 3/4 inch. So I'm going to pull this up 3/4. And flipping back, I can see this ledge right here is a 1/2 inch thick. So I'm going to clean up this guideline. I'm going to take the tape measure tool, it's going to go down 1/2, and I'm going to divide the face right here at this point. And I'm going to pull this outward, like so. Now I'm using the inference tool here to infer that I want this surface here to be right in line with this edge. Alright, so the majority of the object's finished. Just need to take care of the holes. There's one hole up here and then 2 down in here. So I take a look at my drawing. I see that the whole center is a 1/2 inch back, and it's centered on this surface from left to right. So I'm going to go ahead and take this over 1/2 and then up 1/2. Circle tool. And then I'm going to subtract it away with push-pull. Alright. Clean up the guidelines. Now looking back on the other side, I see that the holes are centered here from front to back. This one is a 1/2 inch back, and then the distance between these two hole centers is 1 inch. So tape measure tool, let's start here with the front edge going back. There's the center point, or the midpoint. It's a 1/2 inch back this way, and then another guideline 1 inch. And so I'm going to go ahead and put a couple of holes in here. And then subtract them away. Alright, a couple of things to do. I need to view back edges, and I also need to view hidden geometry. And then you're finished. Well, good luck with your model.